All right, what is going on? Good morning. Last day of the week. Gotta close out strong. What's up, Peter? Morning. What's up, Felipe? What's up, North Sail? Good morning. Web Searcher. Good morning. Web Searcher says VEV is up 300%. Let's take a look. VEV. It's not on my scan, I think. Let's see. Oh, it is on my scan here. 200%. Very nice. Wow, crazy move here. 34 cents up to $1.56. 350% move in 4 minutes. That's the kind of market we're in right now. Let's take a look at the float. I think it's a little bit of a larger float. 41 million shares. So quite on the higher side there, but it is moving. It does have some crazy volume. Looks like we're returning about 600, 700,000 shares per 1 minute candle, pre-market. This candle here was what, close to 1 million, so VEV, wow. Hopefully Web Searcher's in here off the low. Let's take a look here at the news catalyst. VEV, 200% leading gapper here today on Friday, July 12th. VEV, Vicinity Motor shares are trading higher. The company announced CARB certification for the VMC 1200 Class 3 electric truck. So it looks like I got a certification for its electric truck, zero emission certification for electric truck. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. Wow. I didn't even know this company existed. I guess they're producing electric trucks, enable sale in all U.S. states, and qualifies for national incentive programs. Certification allows for participation in California's HVIP and similar state programs. Yeah, I like the catalyst. We're on a little bit higher of a float, but if this is the main stock of the day, if this is what everyone's looking at, it could definitely make a move. As far as larger time frame goes, looks like we broke out recent highs, but we definitely are on a major backside here from 2021. Topping out at 1092. I don't think there was any reverse splits, so I think that's the actual price that it topped out at $10, 1092. So we got quite a ways till we get to all-time highs. So we cleared this 137. Next level here is going to be, we broke 150 up to 156. So 156 is the pre-market high, so we can map that out. 156. And we have a topping tail here at 166 or 167, somewhere around there. And then we start to get into these levels back, 2 years ago. $2.90. Would be previous support, which is now resistance. Then we had some resistance here around 430. Previous support looks like now becoming resistance. So you can see that as a potential resistance area. And then if we get up, maybe we have resistance at 7 or 8. Then closer up here to the 10 and then the all-time highs. I don't think we're going to get there. I'd be surprised if we make it up to 3. I think that's a good target. If this is the one, $3. That'd be a very optimistic target, actually. Very optimistic target. From 30 cents to $3, that's a fucking huge move. But we're in that kind of market. I mean, the market's been kind of hot this week. It's been heating up. Maybe we look for a longer hold time trade here off the lows. We are coming down here again to the 90 MA and the 5-minute at 87 cents. So 87 cents. So maybe we get a dip down here to low 90s. Will be a good, maybe a good entry for longer hold time traders for the curl back up. And then the break of the pivot here at 117, curling to the high. What's up, Al B? Good morning. Baja Express, good morning. ZH Trading, good morning. You missed the fun, pre-market. I don't know if I missed any fun. Maybe 5 minutes of fun here on VEV. I was sitting down here, though, at 8:30. I just didn't refresh my scan. I was busy watching YouTube videos. Felipe, 12 million float for me. I'll have to double check that. Kyle K says good morning. Zay, good morning. Drew Marsh, good morning. There's a gap to be closed at 251. Yeah, so let's take a look. Make sure we cross-check our statistics here for VEV. The float is saying 41 million on FinViz, 41 million on Dilution Tracker. Guru Focus. You can check Guru Focus. And it looks like I reached a limit for my free access. So I guess that platform don't work no more for free users. But yeah, what I'm seeing here is 41. Another thing I have to check is make sure these stocks are marginable on Charles Schwab. We'll do that before we close out. But next stock here in the gap scan. So what I want to see here in VEV is a higher low. Higher low and then the curl through the highs at 117. So longer hold time traders could be getting in here, putting a stop at the low and letting it ride for maybe 2 to 1 or 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 risk to reward. Next stock here is TOYO, Toyo. Thought it was Toyota, but it is not Toyota. It's Toyo Company. Toyo Company, another larger float, 40 million for the float, and it's much higher priced than VEV. So this one's probably not going to have as much of a range because of that. But it still could make a move. Could still make a move. Do we have news on it? Let's see if we have news on it. I do not see any news on Toyo. No news on Toyo. Not sure why it's up. Could be up just on IPO volatility. It did just break all-time highs for the IPO. So maybe we'll see some volatility because of the recent IPO. So it's kind of sort of the trend here, kind of the wedge that we're kind of forming here. But Toyo definitely not on the main gaps, the main watch list. I mean, I'll put it on the side chart, but it's not the main watch. It's not the main watch. CGBS, another large float, I think. It says 68 million for the outstanding. So let's see the float. CGBS. 32 million share float, $4 stock. Another bit on the higher end, but I'm not sure what happened here. Crazy move from $2 to 14. All the way back down to $3 a share. That is mind-boggling. That is absolutely mind-boggling. Another recent, I believe, a recent IPO. I think so. Yeah, so it looks like we really IPO'd? Let's see here. Okay, no, merger. Crown LNG completes merger with Catcha Investment. That was on the 9th. That was on this day, so it was a merger. And we don't have any fresh news. So this is just volatility. Volatility for the recent IPO. A little bit of a dead cat bounce. On the larger time frame, it's a dead cat bounce, but on the intraday, it's like it looks like this thing just went absolutely parabolic. But if you zoom out, this is just a small little dip, a small little bounce. Small little bounce, and we gave it all back. So looks like shorts got a hold of this one. So literally from the IPO price at 16, we ripped up 33, and then just capitulated, dumping all the way down to $2 a share. I feel bad for investors. I feel bad for bag holders holding this stock. Man, they are down big. They are down big. So maybe we'll see some more continued volatility on CGBS off the IPO price. Do I think it's going to go back to 14? I'd say likely not, but maybe we'll see another smaller dead cat bounce. And by smaller dead cat bounce, I still mean a potential 100% move off the low, because that's the type of volatility that this stock is giving. It went from 2 to 14. Now we're back down to the lows, currently kind of bouncing a little bit. Even just a small bounce relative to the previous bounce, it could still give a 50% to 100% move. So maybe I'll keep this one on the side chart, but it definitely is not my A+ setup. This is not the type of setup that is A+ for me. More of a B quality kind of setup, which was it's just technical plays. It's just technical plays, nothing fueled by news, just off of IPO volatility and off of technical support. So not an A+ for me, but I'd say it's solid B quality. It has some potential, so I'll keep it on the side chart. QLGN, next one. QLGN. I want to keep VEV here on the side. Yeah, so VEV still kind of forming that higher low, so I want to keep an eye on that. Pre-market looking mid. Yeah, I mean, we did have CGBS, like I said, and VEV. I mean, we've seen some decent moves so far. I guess high percentage moves. So I'd say the market is still kind of primed. I wouldn't say it's cold. I definitely wouldn't say it's cold. But I'm not saying it's like extremely hot either. It's not like obscenely hot. We've seen hotter. But yeah, so I guess you're right. Middle hot. Kind of semi-hot. But QLGN, next stock here. Zap, low vol, mid. That's mid, bro, mid. Let's take a look. Zap. Zap has been active. Is it still inching up? Oh no, we had a nice pullback. From 19 down to 8. Little technical support bounce. No news. No, it looks like trading higher. The company announced that it entered into a new standby equity purchase agreement for the affiliate of Yorkville Advisors Global to start production of the commercial rollout of i300 electric urban motorcycle in India. There's a lot of people in India, and motorcycles are popular with transportation. So maybe that maybe they're onto something here with Zap. Maybe Zap is onto something. I don't really like the price action of Zap. It's very choppy. I didn't do very well on these days. I don't know. It's worth keeping on the side chart. But nothing is showing me right now that it's going to be A+ at the open. The other one, QLGN, right? QLGN. Do we have news? No, I don't see any news on QLGN. Not sure why it's up. float. It's a low float, and it's a 33-cent stock. So for a 11 million share float and a 33-cent stock, we can definitely turn some shares, turn the float pretty fast. But yeah, lack of news. Not sure why it's up. I think the best stock here so far is VEV. However, the pre-market chart, it can't be fading. I don't want it to fade. It can't fade. That would not be good. Looks like we're breaking down. Not good. When we start giving back more than 50% of the move, that's when you start thinking that the chances of it getting back to the high is getting lower and lower. If we're breaking down more than, yeah, once we start breaking down more than 50% of the move, chances are going to get slimmer and slimmer of getting back to the high. So I prefer not to see this. Hopefully we can hold the slow. Hopefully we can hold the double bottom. Zap was rough to trade, not my brand. Yeah. Zap was really tough. Pop and drop is the theme these days. Yeah, pop and drop. I mean, CGBS was not bad. I mean, we had a very nice front side. I mean, yeah, it came all the way down, but like we had this was a solid hour of front side. Yeah, from 525 to about 612, so about 50 minutes of solid front side. That went from $2 to $14. This is good. Like, that's a good action. We had the nice, solid kind of stair-stepping pattern. We had the nice 1-minute bull flag here. Nice sort of bull flag. Or, sorry, 5-minute bull flag. This is kind of like an ABCD, but it didn't really come up as high as it should to make it perfect. But yeah, on the 5-minute, it's a bull flag. Breakout, 1 minute, first 1 minute pullback, continuation, beautiful. On the 5-minute, it looks like a micro pullback. And a nice, another 1 minute flag, continuing higher. Nice, another 1 minute flag, continuing higher. And all of these consolidations were holding the previous high, which makes it so clean. We weren't seeing like flushes back down to the previous support, then a rip back up, and then a dump back down. So it was like very clean, kind of holding these levels, which is what I like to see in a solid front side move. And then once we start getting, we have a long consolidation, rip up, 1 minute pullback, continuation to the next level. Here's another long but shortened consolidation compared to this one. Ripping up again, another even shorter consolidation, and then finally starting to pull away and going that parabolic move. So this is where, if you can be dialed in and aggressive on this list leg here, you could make an obscene amount. You can make 3 times, 4 times, 5 times of what you made in this area. And if you're already strong green on these first little moves, you have a nice cushion to get aggressive for this move. And that's where you can have your biggest green day ever. That's where you can have your biggest green day ever if you're connecting. But yeah, I'd love to see something like this here at the open or after the open at some point. That would be nice. Maybe not on CGBS, but on something else. That could really, really make my day. Really make my month. Could even make your year. I mean, it's a big enough move to make your year. But it did happen at 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. So, Charles Schwab doesn't even allow you to trade until 7. So, but looking at the price action, man, it looks really good. Really, really good. But now trading back here down at $3. Good morning, trap trader. And then if you did avoid that, let's see. If you did avoid the dip, with a crash or whatever. Big giant flush. Yeah, there wasn't any significant bounce back up. I mean, he did have here, but that would be tough to time. 8.45, $8.45 up to $10. I mean, decent range, but yeah, timing that would have been tough. We did break below the EMA on the 1 minute, but on the 5 minute didn't quite dip down to the 5 minute EMA, the 5 minute 9 EMA. So this is kind of a dip into no man's land unless you're trading off the 20 EMA. Which usually I don't. Usually I actually don't even look at the 20 EMA. It doesn't even register in my mind. I don't know why I even have it. This could have been a decent dip. This could have been a decent dip. So this one, dipped down to the 20 EMA on the 5 minute. And then bounced up, reclaiming the 9 EMA on the 5. And then flushing back down. Interesting. On the 5 minute, it looks like, so if you take a look at the 5 minute, looking quite convincing with this reclaim that this next candle or the next preceding candles are going to get that next leg. Because we have a solid hammer candle, huge bottoming tail, higher volume than the previous candles. So definitely, I would have been definitely expecting another, at least a 5 minute candle to make a new high, which we didn't get. Where it looks like we broke by 10 cents and then rejected. But yeah, I could see a lot of traders getting caught here, thinking they're going to get that the next pop back up to maybe 11, 12, and start reclaiming this topping tail for the next leg. But it looks like that fueled the selling pressure for backside. How about the 200 EMA? Do you draw? Yes, I do use a 200 EMA. It's on the daily chart and the 180-day chart. I have that on the side chart here. So this is kind of, I have this linked up with my main chart, which is usually I only trade the 1 minute here, and then I reference the 5 minute here on my side monitor, and then the daily chart and the 180-day. So I kind of switch between it. So since this is a recent IPO, it's not going to look good. But yeah, this is the 200 EMA. So 200 EMA and the 180-day is 21, but it's not going to be relevant because there's only 3 days of trading. And the 200 EMA is called the 200 because it tracks the most recent 200 candles. So if you're on the daily, it's supposed to track 200 days and give you the moving average, the average. But there's only 2 days of data points. So it's not going to give you any significant resistance or any significant price that's going to act as resistance. It's just too small of a data plot, too small of, data. Not enough data. But if you go to something like that has been trading for a while, like just look at the SPY, this has so many data points. It's got the full 200 days. So this is going to act as a significant level. Or if you look at, let's see what else. VEV, that was a recent IPO? No. So VEV wasn't a recent IPO. So this one, yeah, so 200 EMA is at 76. It's going to act as significant resistance, but we did break over. So it could act as support if it does get back down to that level. But it does have the full, looks like the full 200 days, so it should act as resistance or support. And how do I draw it? So I just go to, just in my studies, just go to the studies. No, not on that chart. On this chart, edit studies. Yeah, I just use moving average exponential, close, 200, 0, and then I put no, which I guess is, I'm not sure what no means. But yeah, this is the data here. So if you want to copy that, you can. I'm not sure what no means, but it's no. No means nada. So we got 2 minutes left. Say calm, cool, and collected. Good luck. Drop that like on the way out. I'm going to be watching. Don't know what I'm going to be watching, so nothing really looks A+ yet. So I'm just going to wait for the main one. Toyo seems to be curling, so maybe Toyo. So good luck, and I'll catch you guys